Welcome to the MicroStation 2D Level 1 course using the V8i version of MicroStation. As you're probably aware, Bentley's MicroStation is a powerful CAD program used by architects and engineers when accurate drawings are needed. MicroStation helps teams improve the way they design, model, visualize, document, and map projects of all shapes and sizes. Its capabilities include basic 2D drawing through to photorealistic 3D projects. MicroStation can also combine design information with many levels of data attachment and project management. In its higher form, it supports project coordination between multi-company parties. Many additional programs can be attached to the basic MicroStation engine to accommodate specialized work environments, as can be seen on Bentley's website. In this course, however, you'll be learning the basic 2D tools and drawing techniques suitable for new users. You will find that the tools and techniques are surprisingly intuitive as they guide you through the software from basic settings to final printing in an easy-to-understand, step-by-step format. To get the most from this course, I strongly suggest that you draw for yourself the examples and exercises in the videos. There is absolutely no substitute for practice. You can work in either customary English or metric dimensions, and there is a working files folder that contains information and drawing setups that will add to the information in the videos. I will point you to the correct file as the instruction proceeds. If you would like more drawing exercises, go to my website at micro-press.com and open the resources page using the link displayed on the screen. I will assume that you are a new user with no prior knowledge of MicroStation. However, I must assume that you possess typical computer skills and understand how to make folders, new files, and other typical file management operations. If you have the advantage of experience with other CAD software, you will very quickly move through this course. Let me show you a few examples of the course contents. First, you will look closely at the interface screen and learn the location of tools and settings. The view on the screen right now is that interface. At first sight it may look complex, but as the course progresses you will soon become comfortable with tools and settings locations. You will learn how to display the two main tool palettes, each of which contains several toolboxes, which in turn contains the individual tools. The tool palettes are shown here, and each of the areas between the dividing lines is a separate toolbox, which in turn contains the individual tools. For example, here is the Place Smart Line tool. Notice that in this box, which is called the Tool Settings window, the individual settings for each tool is displayed. The information here will change as different tools are selected. In this way, you can make very specific settings for each individual tool. You'll learn several different methods of selecting elements, which is very important for drawing and editing operations. Selecting elements ranges from the simple individual element selection to inside selection boxes, which selects elements only inside the box, to overlap selection boxes, which select elements either inside or crossing the box, and through to very sophisticated methods, including a Select by Attributes tool, which allows you to select for particular elements. Zooming, panning, and other viewing operations are also very important, and zooming can be achieved simply by using the wheel mouse or other specific methods. Panning is moving the elements across the screen, and you can also view previous zoom factors, and you can do this in both directions, both forwards and backwards. You will be discovering how to set the working units of a drawing, both in feet and inches and in metric, and I'll ask you to work in both systems in some circumstances. Snaps are also very important in drawing and editing, and snaps are reached through this icon on the bottom line. Here is a list of available snap modes. At the moment, the snap mode is called Key Point, which is a very common and perhaps the most useful snap method, and it works like this. The line tool is running. If I move to the corner of this element, I see a snap point. That's the yellow X. If I accept that, then I can draw a line from that point. Snaps are absolutely vital for accurate drawings. Perhaps most important, you will learn to use the AccuDraw drawing aid with its rectangular and polar compasses that greatly enhance your drawing ability. You will work with the most important of the 40 or so AccuDraw shortcut key-ins that will further speed your work. For example, here is a line drawing. Notice the rectangular box at the start point. That's the AccuDraw compass. And that can be rectangular, as it is now, or it can be what's called the polar compass, which is used for distance and angle, whereas the rectangular compass is used for X and Y offsets. If I place the line and want to draw another line from this end at a very specific angle, I need to rotate the compass. And this is where the AccuDraw shortcuts come into play. I'm going to enter R and Q at the keyboard, and now I can rotate my compass and align it with the far end of the line, and now my compass is locked to that line. And I can either draw an X or Y offset or an angle and distance offset. You will spend a fair amount of time working with AccuDraw because it's so important to the drawing and editing process. Now you're ready to use the element creation tools to place lines, smart lines, blocks, polygons, circles, and arcs. The line tool you've already seen. This is the smart line tool. Blocks are here, polygons are here too, and circles are here along with the arcs. And along the way, you'll work with several other element creation tools. Next, you will learn how to set the element attributes of color, weight, style, and level to elements. Here are the color settings, here are the line style settings, and here are the weight settings. And levels are at the end of this toolbox. You will find a real architectural drawing plan in your Working Files folder to use an example for element attributes. Now you move on to editing elements in your designs, and there are two main toolboxes for this purpose. This is one of them, and this is the other. You will also work with many other specialized editing tools. Now it's time to add dimensions and text to your design. And finally, you'll learn the basics of creating a plot file or printing to an attached printer. By the end of the course, you will have all the fundamental tools and techniques at your disposal to confidently work in your chosen design field. I hope you will find the course both interesting and informative, and that you may also have fun working with the course.